It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Now Damian Williams to return it.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First down, Fields.
And his first pass is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing again on second and 10.
Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. With it is Jackson.
Well, that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Eluding the pressure right.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Stafford.
He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
So defensively here, you've got Matt Stafford at quarterback. Now, we know he's been in the league a long time, but still getting accustomed to playing in a Rams uniform. So what's your biggest key to stopping him?
But normally you would...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return will stop right around the 25.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
But it'll be 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
He finds some open field here. He's at the 30. 20, 10, touchdown LA!
Cam Akers,
67 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now it's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Jackson. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. This one to the left to Higbee. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got room. Sheds off the tackle. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee.
And the Rams are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed.
And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17.
On play action. Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
2nd and 8. Back to throw. Fields.
The screen pass here to Cohen. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
To throw is Fields.
Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. Touchdown, Bears! Tariq Cohen. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now it's Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
Going up top for Kupp. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 19. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
That is caught by Cohen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Going right back to Akers.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Another carry for Michel on 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
114 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Akers again.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw them.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Jacob Harris
there to make the grab.
And the Rams are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
2nd and 10. Fields again. Swings this out here for Cohen.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Deep ball for Goodwin.
And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Caught left side, Hopkins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. On the handoff, it's Michel. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
They'll run for it with Akers.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here's Fields.
He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney.
61 yards.
And the Bears are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They begin with Michel on the ground, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
The Rams on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 7 yards to pick up there.
From the 45 on second down. Stafford got his man complete over the middle. That's Jackson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. Now here's a throw that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Again, it's Stafford.
Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6, Stafford. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods there to make the grab.
And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. And how would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he's shown a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. Then the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he cannot pull it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. But now it's 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last complete.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one in the win column.